Welcome everyone to the Moisky News for April the 17th, 2020. Before we start, there's a political recap stream here tonight at 9:30. Link below. I've actually set it up in advance. Big woot. Also, because I want to shill it everywhere, I have just completed, uploaded, and will be premiering at 8 PM GMT tonight my next Content Constable on my main channel. Hope to see you all there. If you like me poking at people who make really bad content. Today I'd like to talk about Rishi Sunak, who has promised to complete a Brexit deal by December 31st. Rishi Sunak, for those who don't know, is the Chancellor of the Exchequer, and it is quite the bold move to say that this can be done considering the circumstances. Now, negotiations began last month on the deal, but due to COVID-19, the way this has been negotiated has changed ever so slightly. There are still face-to-face meetings, but not with 200 people in a room. And instead of Michel Barnier, there are representatives of Michel Barnier who are negotiating against David Frost, who is the UK's chief negotiator. So when they're not doing it in a room, they're using the Zoom app. Negotiations are due to start up again next week, and this has led to an increase in pressure to seek an extension, something supported by the Liberal Democrats and the Scottish Nationalist Party. I do believe that the reason the UK government won't seek the extension is because they want to prove that they can deliver on their promises. This was a big deal after Labour used this to paint them as untrustworthy during the 2019 general election, which didn't work. And to be honest, it was used by all opposition and, of course, those whips within the Tory party who essentially had their whips removed or defected. EU officials are known to have been caught off guard by this, as they want to focus or be seen focusing on COVID-19, with one EU official telling Politico, "Let's be honest, the political leadership is focused on something else now. If your house is on fire, that's your first and sole priority." Which they're right. However, I would point out, it is not because of COVID-19 that the EU's house is on fire, but entirely because of how people are getting sick and tired of your existence. You're like a TV show that doesn't know when to stop. This would be supported with the EU officials by the fact that Michel Barnier and the EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen would like the Prime Minister to consider the extension, which actually I think not yielding is a card. In our hand, the only card we had when we were not leaving in the first place was the threat of no deal, which nearly every politician rather naively wanted removed off the table. Now we have that, and we have this, which I firmly believe is an incredibly powerful card to have, especially when you're playing it against the EU at the negotiating table, which may well force them to give us what we want, instead of what will more than likely happen otherwise, and that is they get what they want. Granted, it should be tit for tat, 50-50, like a good divorce. But thankfully, most divorces end one-sidedly anyway. Let's just hope for the UK's sake, and of course for of those that want to see the EU torn apart, the UK in this will be the woman in the marriage. I'm not anti-EU or anything, but I do want what's best for my country. Rishi Sunak did also, during this political statement, this government daily press conference, give an update to the trade discussions by pointing out that the trade arrangements are actually in their final stages, which, I'll be honest, that is the nearest to an update we've had in quite some time. And I would also add, it's happened a lot faster than I would have believed, which does have me a tad concerned but also curious. How they managed to get this done so fast is impressive. If I can recall correctly, Boris wants a free trade agreement or arrangement, a comprehensive one that gives us what we want. I fully understand in this situation that concessions might be made, but hopefully those concessions won't be the kind that lead to them being allowed to stick dildos in the backsides of all the British people. With this, I'm very much interested to know what you think so far. Of the progress made, whether you think an extension should happen. Please do let me know in the comments down below, because this one is quite interesting to me. and with the progress we've made so far, please do let me know in the comments down below.